So chances are you probably clicked on this video because you're either a beginner in fitness, or you're maybe having a bodybuilding physique and you're feeling stiff and you want to get into more of a hybrid route like getting into calisthenics and running, or you're just a intermediate level of fitness and you just kind of want to do a level of getting in a hybrid. I'm not calling it the hybrid route just because, I don't believe in that kind of like thing. So I just call it by its own thing. And I'm not the most best at running. The knowledge I have now with running is something I wish I had when I was a beginner at running, because what I used to do when I would run, when I first got into running, was simply I would just run and hit a PR every single time and try to hit go run fast every single time when I ran. And the knowledge I have now is something I want to do back then. So we'll kind of just jump right into it. I've done calisthenics for 2 years, weightlifting slash bodybuilding for 3 or 4 now, and I was at the most consistent with it, and which led me to a mid physique. I always found it very boring, very not driving me to where I thought I wanted to go with getting my physique, right? And I also thought like getting the bodybuilding physique led you to a more stiff, not flexible physique, and you weren't just athletic in a way. So that's why I kind of transitioned into calisthenics, which I've been doing now for a little bit, 2 years and 4 months now. I started exactly in the start of January 2024. And that kind of led me to me being a more athletic type physique. Once I started calisthenics, I got more into running, cycling, and swimming. I got into triathlons as well. So the main difference that I found with calisthenics versus bodybuilding is I found it way more fun. And because I found it way more fun, I found it way more enjoyable to do, way more challenging to do. I felt like I became more athletic in a way, and that's why I started to continue with it versus just giving up like I did with bodybuilding. So, how do we start? How do we structure it in a way where we get results we want without all these various information in our face? So, if you want to get into running and calisthenics, we'll start with the lifting aspect and how to kind of structure it in a way. So I found it me personally, the best energy you have is in the morning, where you're not using all the energy as if you did in the morning with endurance training. So let's say you ran in the morning and saved your lift in the evening. You'd be more tired to hit PRs on some of your lifts or some of your calisthenics. So that's why I do preferably the calisthenics slash lifting part in the morning. And when I say calisthenics, I don't mean to say like get rid of lifting completely. Like if you want to add some kind of element of like dumbbell bench presses, maybe like some dumbbell or some lat pull downs, you can totally incorporate those, but I just don't do it that single weightlifting single-handedly alone. So if you want to incorporate some of those exercises, you're more than welcome to, but I found it the most effective is just doing calisthenics by itself, because you can do weighted calisthenics, right? This is what I have here. Best key exercises for strength, muscles, and with calisthenics, right? So like with dips, pull-ups, push-ups, you can all do all of those weighted, right? And not only you can do all those weighted, you can do variations of those weighted. So instead of just doing like weighted pull-ups, you could do weighted chin-ups, weighted wide grip pull-ups, weighted L-sit pull-ups, weighted narrow grip pull-ups. There's all these variations exercises within calisthenics that builds you so much more strength than just bodybuilding. And there's also so many variations. You can do it weighted, and even like incorporating some kind of plyometric like explosiveness. That way you have those explosive strength for calisthenics versus like just the weights with bodybuilding is way more effective than just the weightlifting aspect. So even legs, lower body, calisthenics isn't very lower body oriented. So you can also like incorporate like power lifts, like let's say back squats, deadlift if you want, or just even do the calisthenics aspect of it itself, like the calisthenics, or you can even do like the plyometrics aspect of it as well. That helps with the, running. Maybe if you want to get into cycling, that can help with that too, or even just swimming too, because I used to swim. I mean, I still swim, but I still do some plyometrics for swimming as well. So how do we kind of schedule it in a way? Me personally, I always did, morning, my lifts, and then run in the evening, or my cycling, swimming, and running in the evening. But for calisthenics specifically, I will do a push pull legs, push pull. Saturday is optional. You can do skills or you can do the legs again, but I would preferably do the skills. Sunday, I would have the rest day, and then for the evening, I would do runs. Having like 70% of your run, your easy run, building an aerobic engine. That way you save for your runs, the speed workout runs, or the runs that you want to run fast on. That way they're fast. You don't want to be fatiguing yourself enough that way when you're running like fast all the time. You're going to be fatiguing yourself like how I used to do. And that's the way, and I didn't get results with that, because I would always run fast every single day. So you want to be building an aerobic engine. That way on your fast days, you want to run fast. So that is that. Best key exercises for skills. Make sure I don't skip this. I was kind of putting this here to explain the calisthenics, their skills versus the strength and muscle part aspect of it. It's in a different video about calisthenics. I'll put that link in the description. But some like key skill exercises for calisthenics, you want to make sure you put that in the beginning of your morning lifts. That way you're not too tired during the after strength and muscle part. So let's say you do skill isometric holds. So that would be like a pike hold or a handstand against the wall. And even negative muscle ups or hanging lat pull downs. That way you're not so tired after your workout when you do the strength slash hypertrophy slash muscle part. That way you have enough energy to do these beforehand, right? So, okay, so we will go into the whole foods aspect of it, the nutrition part. So 80-20 approach. And this is heavily dependent on whether you want to get into running or not. Whether you do get into running, you're going to burn a lot more calories. So you can take the 70-30 approach if you would like. And what I mean by that is 80% eat clean, 20% eat whatever you want. And when I say this, I mean be intentional about it. Don't be a dumbass about it. And 20% of the time, you eat McDonald's every single time, right? Like, of that 20% of the time, like, go out, eat whatever you want, but like eat smart, eat with intention, right? Don't be a dumbass with it and just go McDonald's and seed oil yourself up every single time. Eating more protein, I would find it that you would solve a lot of your problems just by eating more protein. Steak, grass-fed beef. I don't mean protein powder. I mean actual whole foods that we were designed as humans, as we were designed to eat. Eating more fruit too, right? And taking mental notes on how you feel, on what foods you eat right after you work out. Maybe you run and you eat some various types of foods. Like, for example, like obviously if you're going to eat Chick-fil-A, you're going to feel like shit after, just because with all the ingredients as is within Chick-fil-A. Do some of those things with some of the other foods that you create and some of the other foods that you kind of make on your own day-to-day basis. And last thing, don't buy shitty food. If you're going to Walmart, your local shop, Trader Joe's or whatever, you don't want to be stocking up foods or stocking up your not your closet, your what do you call it, your cabinet with all this dog shit food. It's going to be making you more inclined to eat that shitty food. If you see it right in front of your eyes, you're going to be more inclined to eat it. So simply just don't buy the foods that's right in front of you. That way you don't have to have access to it. So we'll go on to the next thing, daily shit to do. You can track your macros, or you can track your weight, or you can track your physique. Either way, you have to track something. That way you have some variable of tracking something without having a guessing game to it. So like me, I would always track my physique every single week. You can do it every day. I would personally, if I were to do it again, I would personally do it every day just because I would know it would give me some kind of level of consistency and just having that like mindset to know that going to take a picture, and because I'm going to take a picture every day, I'm going to be more inclined to eat and work out every day. So this was me with calisthenics, week 14 and not couple of weeks, but we're at week 31 with a much better physique. Right here, I was kind of like, not as lean, but here abs are way more defined and way more lean there, right? And that was just with calisthenics. So either you can track your pictures, your macros, or your weight. If you're trying to lose weight, you should definitely track your weight and your pictures combined. But daily habits do compound over time, whether it is walking, snacking. If you're trying to lose weight, especially, snacking can be one of the things to get rid of weight easily, because if you snack every day, you're gonna, let's say, have 100 to 200 calories every day, right? If you just take that small portion out, you are giving yourself the chance to get rid of 1,000 to 2,000 calories a week. And that is a lot of calories if you just implement that over time throughout the week, right? So essentially, not habit tracking, your daily habits do matter. Just be actually aware of it, as well with your tracking with either your macros. I'm not one to track macros. I do the pictures or your weight. So next thing, moving your body daily. If you just move your body daily, you would, instead of like going to the gym, having that mentality of I'm going to the gym and I'm gonna hate it because I'm bodybuilding. I find it more enjoyable if you like open your eyes and having the mindset of you get to go to work out, you get to go on a walk, you get to run, because a lot of us don't have that opportunity to do that. If you just do that, you're going to enjoy this way much more. Walking, calisthenics is way more enjoyable, right? Running, cycling, swimming, play some pickleball, have some friends to go play some pickleball with. Moving our body daily, burning some kind of calorie aspect to get lean, walking, whatever the case. Lifting, calisthenics 4 times a week. I do it 5, you can do it 4. But as long as you're doing something every day, structured throughout the week, that way you're not giving up on yourself, or going through a cycle of I'm going to start Monday all over again. This is like the way to get that athletic body that you're kind of like wanting to have, right? Not the bodybuilding stiff physique. And this kind of comes down to the mindset. This is the last part, right? The mindset aspect of it. How do you go from a dog shit mindset to a G mindset? One that does, maybe does drugs, maybe he's inconsistent, maybe he's on a failure loop of, I'm going to start Monday, I'm going to work out, I'm going to lock in, but he doesn't lock in, so he has to restart Monday, and it's just basically a repeating loop. How do you get from that mindset to this mindset where they're locked in, they're consistent, and working out is just like a secondhand nature to them, right? You would have to kind of figure out, your why, right? Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want the best physique you want? Why do you want the athletic body? Why do you want to run? Maybe why do you want to do calisthenics? Does it challenge you in a way? Not just because it looks cool, but also not finding your why. But imagine if you were to go 2 to 3 years down the line, right? Because it is going to take some time, 6 months to a year, 2 years, 3 years, right? Think of it now, 6 months over to a year down the line, and you don't get the physique or you don't get the goals that you want. Where are you at now? You just wasted all that time just to be in a scarier future, right? think of it as how much more scary it is in the future if you don't get what you want. And I think that's like one of my reasons how I got into having that mindset, just because I realized how much more scary it is if I kept going down the route of being inconsistent and being a loser and just not doing the things I'm supposed to. That kind of made me realize I have to lock in. Like, this made me have to do the things I need to do. And building that with consistency over time, like kind of like realizing, like at the end of your Sunday, maybe throughout the week, or your Monday through Sunday, let's say you do the stuff that you're supposed to, start analyzing the results that you're getting. And once your brain kind of visualizes the results that you're getting, it's going to kind of want to do it over again. And once they see the results, it's just going to compound over time to where the consistency is just going to go only way up from there, right? And that's basically it for the video. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram link in the bio. And if this video still does not help you and you're looking for coaching, I'll put my link for that down there too. You just click on the link and you'll just book a call through me. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next YouTube video.